Hey, Shalom, Mesha, I want to start off source by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua Hashem, Makakudash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and honors to you brothers doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. This one is actually inspired from events a while back. I had made a note to do this lesson, but saying ain't got around to doing it. But it's basically inspired from a work event where basically I'll just go cut straight to the point. Bitch got so yacked, she pulled out her boobs, started playing with her nipples, man. Right? And, bitches tapped or whatever, or have you, excuse my French, the girls, tapped, right? But to do that in a work setting as well is, that's a bit out there, right? But it did make me think of this scripture. One is a mocker, right? Now I'll say I've drank out of moderation, right? I've drank beyond my means, but the reason why you gotta know your means is because wine is a mocker, right? And you'll do things where you might, what do you call it, you just ain't yourself, man. You're a lot less, I'll speak for myself rather, a lot less moderated, right? You can offend people. You can do stupid shit, right? Or whatever, what have you. You might start up arguments where there's no need to argue. Some people like argue when they're drunk. Some people fight when they're drunk. Some people are too touchy-feely when they're drunk. And ultimately, you gotta know what your limits are. No, it's just as Proverbs 20. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise, right? So yeah, reiterating the point, it says wine is a mocker, right? You've got to know what your limits are, right? Especially drinking around Akim, whatever, what have you, right? Well, really, just in general, right? You just gotta know what your limits are, right? It says Sirach 31:27. It says wine is as good as life to a man if it be drunk moderately, right? You got to drink it moderately. You can't be overdoing it, right? Because all you do is you end up wasting time. For instance, you get yacked, then the whole day you wake up hungover, you don't do anything the next day, then you do it all over again. You never get anything done, right? And not to mention you're damaging your liver, right? You're damaging yourself. And one thing you should always I don't know if it's in here, but I couldn't find the scripture, but it's basically, if I remember correctly, to the effect of don't be trying to don't force someone to drink when they don't want to drink. That's one, right? But also another point as well is arguing. When you first come in, especially, you might have made this mistake. You see the older brothers might be drinking a lot more than you're able to handle, and then you try to keep up with them. Now you drink to what your body allows you to do, right? Some brothers might be able to drink maybe 3 glasses of wine, just to put a number on it, before they start feeling nice. You might be only able to do half a glass, right? And one thing also you ain't supposed to be doing, you ain't supposed to be getting on someone because they can't drink that much, right? You got the term, what was it, lightweight. Hey, some people are lightweights, man. That's just the nature of the beast, right? What does the scripture say though? Give strong drink to him that is ready to perish. After a period of time, our brothers just go and start getting that itch to drink a lot. And that's just the way it is. You can't really force it upon a man, right? And also you can't try to force it upon yourself. Just overdoing it for overdoing its sake. What life is then to a man that is without wine? Right? For instance, those so-called, those Muslims, right? They don't, they don't drink wine. It says, what life is then to a man that is without wine? It says, for it was made to make men glad. Right? Wine measurably drunk and in season bringeth gladness of the heart and cheerfulness of the mind. right? So you drink in measure or whatever, what have you, right? Then it makes you feel good, it makes you feel nice, right? It says, but wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind, with brawling and quarreling, right? Like I said, I'll speak for myself. I'm very argumentative when I'm yacked, right? I've had some dumb arguments with brothers, because I had too much to drink, right? Things where normally, you got the term corpus mentis, right, of sound mind, right? Me of a sound mind, I would have just said, yeah, it's not that deep, and just let it go on. Because I'm yacked, I'll argue, right? So that's something I've got to work on, right? And one of the things is maybe I just need to drink less. Every man has to know what the right solution is for themselves, right? You can't take what I'm gonna do and do it, and I can't take what you're gonna do and do it, right? It says drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool till he offend, right? It diminishes strength and maketh wounds, right? Rebuke not thy neighbor at the wine, and despise him not in his mirth. Give him no despiteful words, and press not upon him with urging him to drink. Right, yeah, I think that's the point. And press not upon him with urging him to drink. Right? Let a man drink what he can drink, and that's it. Right? If a man can't drink more, don't force it upon him. Right? It was the same scripture. I was just 2 verses up. Yeah, it was just 2 verses up. This is Sirach 31:25. Show not thy valiantness in wine, for wine hath destroyed many. Right? And that speaks for itself. This is 1 Ezra 3:17. It says, and he said unto them, declare unto us your mind concerning the writings. Then began the first who had spoken of the strength of wine. And he said thus, right? So basically what you had a council, and then a group of men were basically asked, what is the strongest? One said this, one said that. One said, I forget how many they were. I remember 2. One said women, right? And this one here said wine, and he's now going to explain what it is, the reason why he said wine, right? It says, then began the first who had spoken of the strength of wine, and he said thus, O ye men, how exceeding strong is wine, it causeth all men to err that drink it, right? When you drink in excess, right, it maketh the mind of the king and of the fatherless child to be all one, right? Of the bondman and of the freeman, of the poor man and of the rich, right? That's one thing. Hey, everyone enjoys a pint, right? You go to a pub, right, in a in a certain area, right, where you say maybe you've got like your city workers and your locals, right, and they'll all come and mix together. Why? Because they're all there to enjoy the wine. They're all there to get merry, right? They might even, when they're nice, start even talking to each other and like, hey, how hey. An example for that, for instance, is like football matches, right? Soccer, if you will, sports events, right? Where you got all the different classes all coming together. Yeah, they're watching the game, but then after the game, they're all getting together, talking about the match, how great it was over a beer, or over some alcohol, whatever their tipple of choice is. Right, it says it turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth, so that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor death. Right, is what then scripture says. Let me get it because I've quoted it already. This is Proverbs 31:6. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Right, so we go through things. Heavy heart means mind. Right? We've got a lot of things weighing on our minds. Knowing what we know. Right, then there's the demons that are fucking with us. Curses. So we might worry about money, might worry about debt, you might worry about this, might worry about that, right? And ultimately, those those worries get forgotten about when you're nice, right? Hey, you might have just gone through a quote breakup. You drink some yak, you go and forget about it for a period of time, right? It says it turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth, so that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor debt, and it maketh every heart rich, so that a man remembereth neither king nor governor, and it maketh to speak all things by talents, right? And when they are in their cups, they forget their love both to friends and brethren, and a little after draw out swords. But when they are from their wine, they remember not what they have done. So that he got so yacked, end up having a fight, right? Or got so yacked, did something, just outrageous, right? Man wakes up, he doesn't even, he doesn't remember he's had a fight with this guy or whatever, what have you, right? Also, goes back to the thing about drinking in moderation, right? You ain't supposed to be getting pass out drunk, right? It says, "O ye men, is not wine the strongest that enforceth to do thus?" And when he had so spoken, he held his peace. So he dropped the mic, right, if you will, right? This is, I think my last scripture. This is Proverbs 11. It says, "A false balance is an abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight." Right, so everything's supposed to be done in balance, right? You ain't supposed to be overdoing it on your yak, because as the opening scripture said, right, wine is a mocker, right? You overdo it, you'll make a fool out of yourself. Whether you vomit on the streets, you vomit on yourself, right? You ain't supposed to be getting that kind of yak, man, right? So yeah, Lord's was always edifying. Until the next time, bottoms up. Shalom, shalom.